WSTKS-FM Worldwide. Digital collaborative learning for the 21st century. Good morning, everyone. It's Professor Schwartz yet again, coming to you from my usual corner booth here in the Collaborative Cafe on the ground floor of the WSTKS-FM Worldwide studios. I have my usual mug of dark roast coffee in hand, and Onyx the cat is gazing quietly at me from across the table. Welcome to week 9 of the course, by the way. You know, it's all too easy to coast through the second half of a semester. The novelty has worn off, we're tired, priorities might shift, and it's easier to delay starting work each week as a result. We might also fall into the trap of thinking that the various digital and cloud-based tools at our disposal will somehow do the work for us at the last minute. Unethical use of generative artificial intelligence like ChatGPT and Google Gemini notwithstanding, giving into that tendency means that your student learning team risks getting into trouble. Remember that collaboration in its best form is an ongoing, mutually supportive, and democratic process in which all members of a student learning team are involved from start to finish. With that point in mind, let's look today at 5 steps your team can take to help ensure its members are on track for the latter half of the course. We'll begin today's discussion in one moment. Okay, the first of 5 steps your student learning team can take to ensure members are on track for the latter half of the course is to review and set expectations for upcoming weekly assignments and remaining collaborative project goals, deadlines, and related individual roles of team members. Share progress made up to this point, as well as any challenges you anticipate looking ahead. In addition, reevaluate collaborative work habits so far. Where and how might you fine-tune your team practices each week to streamline and improve your work moving forward? Step 2. Rekindle the collaborative flame by briefly discussing the team decisions made during the first half of the course to refresh everyone's memory and pave the way for movement forward. Use a collaborative tool like Google Docs, Jamboard, or even a low-tech whiteboard if all of you are meeting in the same physical space at the same time to brainstorm new ideas and approaches to upcoming coursework during the second half. Revisit and evaluate your timeline to prioritize learning team activities for the next 7 weeks to ensure that all team members are on board and focused on your remaining collaborative tasks. Step 3. Take time to discuss and address individual needs and concerns. Create a safe space for team members to share their experiences up to the halfway point of the course and anticipate any challenges your team might face with remaining weekly assignments and collaborative projects. Addressing these concerns now helps to prevent lurking issues from snowballing into full-fledged problems during the latter half of the term. It is also a good idea to identify any potential roadblocks and collectively brainstorm possible solutions just in case. Step 4, look again at your team practices. Are your current team structure and communication habits still efficient? It might be wise to consider using some of the tools available in the collaborative toolbox on D2L to help your team review and reset. But that will require all members to sit down together for a frank discussion in real time. The problem-solving template developed by the Foundation for Critical Thinking is especially useful in this regard. Determine, too, if your team has access to all of the materials that it might need for upcoming work. If not, delegate tasks to acquire missing resources or look at possible solutions. It's also a good idea to schedule routine check-ins to monitor progress, address challenges that might arise, and keep your team on track. Finally, step 5, discuss potential areas for improvement in your communication, workflow, and internal team dynamics. Based on frank yet civil discussion, make any necessary changes and then monitor how those adjustments to your teamwork habits play out during the next few weeks. There is still time to correct any nagging issues within your learning team, but you need to act now. WSTKS-FM Worldwide. Digital collaborative learning for the 21st century. If you find this podcast helpful, be sure to hit like, share, and subscribe. Before we wrap up today's program, let's quickly recap the 5 steps you can take to ensure your student learning team is on the right track for the latter half of the course. 1. Review and set expectations through careful re-examination of both past and upcoming team activities. 2. Discuss team decisions made during the first half of the course to refresh everyone's memory and pave the way for cohesive forward movement. 3. Discuss and address individual team member needs and concerns. 4. Take a clear-eyed look at collaborative work habits during the first half of the semester. And 5. Reflect on your work together so far through frank yet civil discussion and make any necessary changes to your team's approach moving forward. Create a positive and supportive environment that encourages communication, collaboration, and a renewed sense of purpose by following these related 5 steps. The key is to foster a mutually supportive environment and determine a clear path forward. Digital and cloud-based tools can help your student learning team to complete its remaining work, but the routine communication, planning, organization, critical thought, and problem solving behind upcoming assignments and collaborative projects must come from the members of your team. Empower your student learning team by joining me again in the Collaborative Cafe for further tips, tricks, and advice based on my almost 30 years of collaboration with thousands of undergraduates at 3 Big Ten universities, 2 liberal arts schools, and 2 community colleges across the upper Midwest of the United States. In the meantime, thank you for joining me today. I'll see you in class, online, or during Zoom office hours if you drop by with a question. Stay healthy, have a safe and a productive week. With special regards, from Onyx, the cat what am. So long, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now. You've just heard a podcast from WSTKS-FM Worldwide. Digital collaborative learning for the 21st century.